All right, good evening, folks. This is K5LYN. My name's Lynn. I'm in Austin. And we get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. Most of us are on vacuum tube radios. Other folks come by on hybrids. And folks are welcome to come by and say hello on modern radios if you're interested in what you're doing. If you're interested in what we're doing and maybe want to get involved with something on your end. So this is the place to be. Buy-sell trades are welcome if they're vintage radio related. And technical questions about a radio that you're working on are always my favorite part of the net because I learn something when somebody asks a question like that and we find an answer to it. I'll talk to some people that I know are here. We'll pass it around. Jay will probably take some check-ins. I think Rusty's around. He may take some check-ins. And last week, WA5GFO up in Oklahoma, Gary, picked up a whole bunch of people. So I think that passing the net control around to various different locations helps us to reach out to a lot more people, and I'm certainly in favor of continuing to do that. I've got a little bit of laryngitis tonight, so I may not sound quite right, but we'll blame it on my Heathkit Marauder, which is what I'm on here tonight. This Marauder, by the way, is a nice-looking Heathkit transmitter from the very early 60s, and I'd like to sell it for about $300. I've had it on the air here for on and off years, so many people have heard it many times. It's right now mated up with the Drake 2B, and I'm driving a Collins 30L1 amplifier to an 80-meter loop somewhere between 15 and 20 feet off the ground, and sometimes lay it on the roof of my house. I've got construction going on, so it's kind of tricky here right now. All right. Anybody need to talk to me before I pick up a few stations? This is K5LYN listening. Well, W5LIS, we heard you first. Talk to us. Okay, well, maybe we'll talk to you second. How about W5IS? Doug, you want to talk to us?
Yeah, K5LYN and all the boat anchors on the net. I hope we get a bunch in tonight. Well, Lynn, I'm running the Thunder Hybrid rig tonight. I'm on CS830. Thought it might be a little noisier, so I put it on instead of the Drake tonight. And I am running an amplifier, just kicking up a little bit of power. And double bazooka dual band antenna. I ain't got a whole lot to say. I just enjoy listening and checking in when I can, Lynn. K5LY and then W5IS.
You got a great signal into Austin, Doug, and I'll make an observation. You know, over the years we've heard you on many, many different radios, but you always sound very much the same. And I think that's the signs of a very good operator who gets his radios to where they sound like all the rest in the shack. It's nicely done, Doug. Beautiful signal. Okay, how about Dale? Did you go off somewhere? Are you still around? K5WOF. How about it? K5LYN.
K5LYN and the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Good evening. K5WOF returning. And good evening once again to all. I really enjoy this time of the week. I'm still operating my Drake B-Line twins, the T4XV and the R4B with a Heil GM vintage mic. And let me see here, pushing about 500 watts through a solid-state Yaesu amp. And the flat-topped dipole there at the farm, and gonna just kind of chill out with the group. Sitting in the shack tonight with just the blue hue of the Drake faces glowing there happily, and the illumination of the tubes. And life is good, Lynn, so I hope we have a nice fine net and we don't have to cut it short because of conditions there. So thanks for letting me in. And 7-3, back to net control from K5WF.
Very fine, Dale. Beautiful signal. You and a couple others have absolutely stunning Drake stations. I think they're both B-lines that I'm thinking of right now. They're great radios. and they're performing nicely for you. No way it could sound any better. And I heard, let's move on here. I heard Mr. W5DK. Don, you were strong. What's up over there tonight? K5LYN.
Yeah, good evening, K5LYN, W5DK. Not a lot going on here. Spent the day in the hill country, driving through Blanco, working, and got home late, but turned everything on just in time. So I got a TR4 transceiver, and I am running the L4 amp, D104 microphone through an old 2060 tuner outside. So as far as the blue glow, I can appreciate that. If anybody needs some of that that blue material, you can get it at a lighting shop where they do the lightings for shows and whatnot. I got some extra material, so somebody needs something, they can reach out to me. Back to you, Lynn, and thanks for running that W5DK.
Very fine, Don. That's another wonderful sounding Drake station. Couldn't be any better. And you're stronger than usual by quite a lot. Is that just happenstance and propagation tonight? It's really good tonight.
Well, it appears to be going to the right pretty good.
That's what I'd say, too. All right, good to hear you. Look forward to crossing paths with you again soon. All right, let me talk to my neighbor, Mr. TXW. George, bring me up to date, K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW. Tonight on the S-Line, 32S175S3, no 30L1, and you know why, Lynn. Okay, my microphone doesn't want to stay keyed, which means that lock, got problems with that lock, so that's about it for tonight. Got a QST for the nut.
Do you think it's a mic connector, George?
No, I think it's the lock key, because now I just barely touched it and now it seems to be working okay. Could be anything.
Now, is that the one with the haywired spring on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it may be time for a revision, something like that. We'll get together on it. I've got to finish up several projects right now. I've got a half-built shack in the backyard and an incomplete installation of tankless water heater and central heat and air unit. It's all happening at the same time. It's a big fiasco, but we'll get something going. You're sounding great, George. Anything else for the net tonight?
Well, that's the way life is, but I've got a QST. I've heard twice on the no traffic net, Monday night and Tuesday night, that they're going to cut back their nighttime bets till Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now it's acting like the Vox is on. This is pretty good. So, Wednesday nights, we may not be interfering with them if we ever go back to 7:30 net time. WB5TXW back to net.
Oh, I'm sure we will when the season changes. Yeah. In the even starting it at 7:30 in the summertime, the sun hadn't anywhere near set. So yeah, I think we'll need to stick with we'll follow the sun. All right, George, sounding good. Okay, W5LIS, you back? K5LYN. Well, maybe not. All right, let's see. Who else wants to talk boat anchors tonight? K5LYN calling and listening.
KA5 Zulu Papa Delta.
Kilo 5 Lima
WB5 RON Ron.
Okay, I didn't get quite everybody, but I got ZPD, I got MS, and I got RON there. ZPD, David, how you doing?
All right. Good evening to everybody on the Boat Anchors Unlimited. This is David, KA5ZPD, Shepherd, Texas. Doing good over here, Lynn. Thanks for running the net, and thanks to everybody else in there. Running the Drake Beeline Twins here as per usual, and running the L4B tonight, and running probably about 800-900 watts with it. She's doing her thing, and D104 Lollipop microphone, and the usual half-wave dipole, and that's it. Everything's very basic over here. KA5ZPD. Back to you, Lynn.
Sounding really good, David. Yeah, you're the third. I think you probably know that you're the third great sounding Drake station here. It's hard to beat those Drakes. I'm listening on a Drake 2B, their receiver, which was their product before they came out with their first transceiver, the TR3. And it's always been one of my favorite receivers. When I was a kid, you know, if you had a Drake 2B, you were second only to the Collins people. And in many ways, it's more versatile than the Collins of the same years. So Drake was on top of it. Okay, David, anything else for the net tonight? Back to you for one more.
No, sir, that's it. That's all I've got for the net tonight, and except that I like the Drakes because they're kind of affordable for a person on a fixed income. So that's it, KA5ZPD.
I'm thinking the band might be changing a little bit already. Okay, let's move on. WJ5MS. Jim, was that you? K5LYN.
Yes, sir, Lynn. K5LYN. I think I just beat out the other end of the well, we won't call it the state, but the Okie end. I heard Ron in there when I unkeyed. But at any rate, we're on the TF-820 again this week, and may or may not get on next week. I'm fixing to tear everything down and build another little enclosure here where I can get some more radios on it, and not that this pizza box that I acquired that takes up much room, but at any rate, using the MC50 on the Kenwood, of course, but it's playing double duty on my Lex 3000 of all things. Works pretty decent, I think. And using the SB220 amplifier to try to get up a little warmth and straighten things out there with one of them 2040 or whatever it is Heathkit tuners out there in a piece of wire that sounds like I have the same predicament you do. 1 week it's on the roof, 1 week it's in the air, and ain't no telling where to be next week. With that, I'll quit babbling on and turn it back to you there, Lynn. WJ5MS.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I had to pull a cable loose. Jeff, you're sounding great. Beautiful signal into Austin. I got hung up with the cable there that didn't unscrew as fast as I thought it would. Great signal tonight. Good to hear you. Okay, Mr. Ron, WB5RON. Hey, Ron, we didn't get to talk to you last week, but I think you were there, but the band collapsed on us before we got to talk to everybody. How about it? WB5RON, K5LYN.
That's correct. I was on my SB100, and but tonight I am on my Swan 500CX with the special filters in it, the SS16 Collins filters. Excuse me. And I'm on a hand mic, a Regency hand mic, and putting out about 300 or maybe 325. And but I have a question. I think what I'd like to have with that SB100 is the SB200 Heathkit amplifier to go with it, if I could find one. But other than that, what would it take to put a switch on somewhere where I could use this Commander amplifier that sits pretty close to it? Then I'm feeding it my 450 into it. Would that be feasible? Put a switch or something and two radios into that amplifier?
Yeah. Now you got to do the key line for both of them too, right? So that each radio will key the amplifier. Ron, most of us just use an antenna switch turned around backwards, right? Instead of the switching to different antennas, you turn around backwards and you use the the antenna side of it to connect to the different radios. That's what most of us do. That's what I'm doing here. But you've also got to do your key line somehow. Some people hook them all together in parallel, but I don't. If I'm going to do that, I unplug the key line from one radio and hook it to the other. Now, the other thing I don't do is I avoid doing that with a solid state radio that I think might be kind of fragile if some RF got around that antenna switch that I was using to be a rig switch. But that's how most of us do it, Ron. Over.
Right. I don't have that key line, I don't think. You know, somebody'd have to kind of help me smarter than I am. But overall, it would probably be good to just try to find me a SB200, wouldn't it? That way I'd have kind of a matching set.
Well, you can do it either way. But the key line I'm talking about, that's just the wire that runs from your radio that fires off the amplifier when you do the push-to-talk.
Where would I get that?
Well, look at the manual. Look at your manual to see how it says you're supposed to do it.
Yeah. Okay. You know, am I making a pretty decent signal there? Is very many people able to copy me on 300 out?
We're hearing you just fine, Ron. No problem. Good signal and good audio.
Okay. I'll let y'all have it back. Hello to each one. I am located north of Shawnee, Oklahoma. Name's Ron. And like I said, I'm putting out about 325 on my 500 Swan.
All right, good to hear you. Okay, hey Jay, you want to do it? What about it? KJ5MS, KN5MS, K5LYN. No QF. Anyway, I'll get it right. You can tell I've had a long day.
I think I know who you were talking to. Anyway, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Just a thought. A simple key line, you don't have to hook up to anything. You don't have to worry about voltage getting back to your radio. You can use any kind of a switch, any kind of a push-button switch or a straight key, CW key, just anything, and just plug it into the relay plug on the back of the amplifier and do it manually, and you don't have to worry about any of the rest of that stuff, and like that. Anyway, alrighty, who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited that we haven't got to yet that would like to participate? Come on down.
KB0 UOA.
Kilo 5, Lima Tango.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Delta Sierra Sierra.
Okay.
5AXW.
Whoops, okay, I'll stop it right now with AXW before I forget everybody else I already heard. I heard UOA, LT, DSS, and AXW. There was one other right after Perry that keyed up.
Whiskey 0 Sierra Lima Hotel.
Yes, sir. I got Lima Hotel. I thought there was another one in there, but if we will get y'all in short order anyhow. UOA, go ahead, sir.
Good evening. KB0 UOA, Steve in Wichita on the Kenwood 83. C50 mic going into Meritron amp, ground bound vertical. A lot of noise in there, but everyone's making up here Wichita, Kansas. So thanks for checking in. KB0 UOA.
All right. Well, Steve, you're sounding great down here this evening. So far, the band's still good. I'm going to move rather rapidly because I'm not sure how long we're going to have it, but you sound great. SLT, go ahead.
Did you call me? K5LT.
Oh, K5LT. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. Good evening. Name on this end is Lyle, Lima Yankee, Lima Echo. Just north of Bernie, Texas, about 30 miles north of San Antonio. And we're running the all heat kit gear tonight, and been doing some work on the rig, and I'm getting everything back running again. Running the heat kit SB101, into a Heathkit SB221 amp, out through a Heathkit SA2040 tuner, out to the dipole antenna outside, running through the cedar trees, not on the roof tonight. So, been doing a lot of work on the radio. Had a capacitor go out in the speech amplifier, so I spent several weeks chasing that around and got it working, and just had the radio back on the air now for a little over a week now. So glad it's working again. Real happy, and from what I can tell, everything is working good. So band sounded good tonight. Everybody sounded good. So back to you, K5LT.
All right. Well, yeah, it sounds fine down here. No problem. Yeah, they do work better when they're not on the roof, but actually mine can't get on the roof at all. I've got a metal roof. That would be hazardous to my health. But anyway, and I forgot to mention a minute ago, I'm on the Collins KWM2A this evening with 30L1. The remote VFO and a bunch of stuff in here. And a homebrew antenna tuner, and open wire line. Put it all together myself. I don't know what got into it, but it seems to work. So, that being said, let's see who's next. DSS. I believe that's you, Bill, isn't it?
All right, Whiskey Alpha 5, Delta Sugar. Name is Bill. We're in Kerrville. Running a KWM2 today, and it's going into a Kintec amp, the 425, probably running around 450, I guess, 450 watts. I do have a question for the KWM2 people. I've noticed. I've had this rig for about 6 months, and I'm sort of just now getting to want to tweak it a little better than it's been running. I've noticed that on the AF gain, when I'm listening on the receive end, that there's a sweet spot, but anything below that, I can't hear anything, and then if I move the knob up just a tad, it blows me away, and I'm wondering if this is just one of those things that the KWM2 has, or if it's something that I can go in and probably play with, to find something that may be wrong with that receive output. Anyway. That's about all I have. If anybody's got that info, it would be nice to know before I go in and start playing with this thing. WA5 DSS, back to net.
Oh, okay, Bill. If anyone has any ideas on that, my thoughts are mine doesn't do that. It's pretty linear all the way from the bottom, from can't hear till can hear. But it could possibly be a little, maybe the potentiometer could use a little cleaning. You might, with the radio turned off, you might exercise it a little bit. Go from 0 to just turn it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and see if that doesn't smooth it up a little bit. If it doesn't, then it may be something else. But does anybody else have any ideas on that? LYN, go ahead.
I agree with you, Jay. I think it's the control itself, the potentiometer itself. Now, I forget how crowded it is around there, but you can check that with an ohm meter and see if it acts the same way, non-linear. With the wires maybe disconnected, it may be too hard to get to, but that would be my thought, Bill. I agree with Jay. Back to you, Jay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's probably something fairly simple there, Bill. But anyway, did that help you out?
Oh yeah, I'll try that first. I've been doing a lot of jiggling, but I don't think I've sprayed it with anything. And the ohm meter, I've got one of those, and I'll try that as well. So thanks for the input. WA5DS is clear.
All righty, good deal, Bill. Now, other than that, you're sounding good. Calling the quality, no problem. All right, AXW. I haven't heard you in a while, so come on down.
Yeah, hello, Jay. Thanks your call sign. 5QS, K5XW. On the National UTX 200 tonight, it's kind of a mixture. It is the ASU FL 2100B, National Peak modified OTS dipole, range up to the 40 and 35 meters. Getting back to the question about, well, there were two questions. One about the switching for the relay keying circuit for the amplifier. Exactly what I do is I kind of just switch to select different radios, circuit directly from the amplifier to the radio that I desire. The only issue with that is to make sure you have the switch in the right place. And like connecting the antenna cables. The second thing on the AWM2, I was thinking, I don't remember where the tune or the control is. Maybe it's in the first AF amplifier. That one of the components in there might be drifted out of tolerance over the years and put the top all the way down towards the end of the tuning range. So, and then the suggestion of cleaning it out, you can never clean enough on these things, as I've painfully discovered. So, clean the top first, see if that does anything, and then get in there and see if any resistor values have changed. That amplifier, the audio amplifier. Anyway, that's just a couple of thoughts on that. It's interesting.
Okay, well, yeah, good deal. That's good information. That's I guess the next thing is it's not a simple fix. Then you got to worry that hopefully it'll be something and yeah, I've run rotary switches going to different. Actually, a good switch you can get 3 different radios to one amplifier. Real simply, if you use a they work really well for that. And easy to mount somewhere where usually they'll handle they have no trouble handling the power. But when you mentioned that, it reminded me that's great using antenna switch for that. So antennas are used for switching the amplifier thing. Anyway. All right, Bill, well, you're sounding good.
Yeah, you're pounding in here tonight, Jay. Hands shifting around on us, so go get them. AM5QS, K5X.
All righty. Good to hear you there. Catch you next week, maybe. Okay, folks, anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited yet? Come on down.
K5GIP. I
barely hear Sammy in there. Let me catch IT and here's Sammy, and there was somebody else on the line, but I didn't quite say. Maybe somebody else can find that. But ending in IT, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is K5 Golf India Tango Ron over here at Kerrville. And everybody was nice and strong in here when the net started, but it's signals are fading down pretty good right now. Running a TR4 here and into an SB200 with a loop antenna. Just listen to everybody, enjoying hearing all of you. So back to you, Jay.
Okay, Ron, good deal. Sounding great. Well, without any further, and thanks for checking in. Let me get Sammy before he fades away. DPP, go ahead, sir.
pick up on AM.
Sounding great down here. It came up a little bit there, so since I think the band's playing with us a little bit. Yeah, that's... I've seen that before. That iron, it's amazing how much moisture that stuff can absorb. You wouldn't think it would, but it will. Anyway, all right, see you later. KM5 QS Boat Anchors Unlimited. Len, there was one other fella in there that I could hear him, but I couldn't quite understand him. Did you copy a while ago?
Whiskey Zero Sierra Lima Hotel.
Lima Hotel, yeah.
Roger, this is Mike in Wichita, running an old Kenwood 520 into a double bazooka. It's up 50 feet and 30 feet on the end, over.
Roger. Well, you're making it to Alice, Texas. I think the band's working on its way away from us, but you made it this evening. Can you hear him any better than me, Lynn?
No, I'm not hearing anybody here. Waiting for ice storm number 2 to move in tonight and be a little bit better tomorrow night. I think it's getting down to 8 degrees.
Oh, okay. All righty. Well, thanks for checking in. Of course, we'll be here again next Wednesday and one thing and another. So, thank you, sir. Anyone else that I've missed it, hurry and get in here before we can.
K0 Sierra Echo Delta.
Whiskey 6 Mike Whiskey Sierra.
Okay, I got Tango Mike and Whiskey Sierra, and there was a couple before that. Come again.
K0 Sierra Echo Delta.
Oh yeah, Steve. That's who that was. Go ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Jay, and all the boat anchors, or evening, I should say. Stephen Tyler, warm as the devil, but going to get cooler. Tonight, the Kenwood 520, a Collins 3001, an MC50, and a dipole up about 40-odd feet. That's about it. Back to you, Jay. K0 SCD.
Sounding great, as always, Steve. I haven't started the countdown yet, but April 56.
You got it.
Okay. See you later. It's always good to hear you. Lima Hotel. Go ahead, sir. Oh, wait a minute. We already have Lima Hotel. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Tango Mike.
Yeah, Jay, this is M5 BPM. Good evening to you and all of that. Landed around. We're in Spring, Texas, and we're doing some old green stuff tonight. Hot water 12A. Driving a homebrew GF35B. That's for sure there. So, anyway, that's about the size of things here tonight. So, hope you're copying there. KM5 QS N5 BPM.
Okay. Starting to get a little rest. And I was hearing it with the motorcycle, but let me move on to Whiskey Sierra. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Jay, Whiskey 6 Mike Whiskey Sierra. Marshall here in Denton, Texas, and good evening to you. Running a IC 7300 and let's see, the amplifier tonight is a Kenwood TL922A going into a double bazooka up about 40 feet. Jay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, that 922 pretty much qualifies for boat anchors, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, it's I've got some real boat anchor stuff, but the antenna wasn't hooked up, so I just picked up this one.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine, all right. Whatever it takes to get on the air. We understand. I've got a conglomeration around here. I never know from 1 minute to the next what's going to be wrong. But you're doing great on the 7300.
Okay, well, thank you for the flowers, and you are too. You're 5 and 9 into North Central Texas. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. This old commons usually works. That's why I get to stay here. But anyway, all right. Let me see if Mike can still hear me, and he wants to get some more next time. Maybe we'll see you at Belton.
Okay, fine business. W6MWS. I'm just going to stand by.
K5LY and Lynn, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm about to lose you, Jane. I'm about to lose you. Did you try it for me? Over. I think he did. Anybody confirm that he turned it to me? Okay, all right. Rusty's here.
Okay.
WK5R. Hey, Rusty, are you here? You want to take a turn of it?
I'll give it a shot, Lynn. I'm here. WK5R. About to hit up here halfway between Dallas and Tyler in northeast Texas. I'm on the AC 101 double E. The microphone is a record voice 641. Home group GS35B amplifier into a homebrew about a KW there. Do anybody want to check into the boat Anchors Unlimited? Come back. If you're Alpha 5 Lima, Yankee Lima, go ahead.
Charlie X-ray Golf.
Okay, X-ray Golf on them, go ahead.
Yeah, hello Rusty. That's Bob out in San Angelo, J56G. The boat anchor I'm running, well, tonight I'm not on actually a boat anchor rig. It's a 765. You pick the damn thing up, you'll think it's a boat anchor. Running through an SB200, and I've been busy with boat anchors, but not transceiver. I got another 398 in here that somebody sent me, and it shows some promise. It's a long way from being a real good one like my other one, but I sure got enough parts for them, so I can make it into a good one. And I might put it, I don't know, put it with something on Marauder or something. And anyway, that's what we've been working on for the past couple of days. And other than that, I hope everybody has a good week. It warmed up real good here, and now they say it's going to cool off again. So who knows? We're in February. And I can tell you this, the grackles are back, so it's going to be spring pretty soon. We got 5 million grackles showed up. So everybody have a good week, and while I'm thinking of it, the guy that had the trouble with Collins, there were several service bulletins out a long time ago about the AGC circuit in the KWM2. Lynn may remember, I don't remember the numbers, but I remember that they existed. And there were some bulletins out about how to move that AGC down. Or KWM2 had a problem. Turned the light thing all the way wide.
turned it all the way to the right, you got distorted audio out of the receiver. And it was just like no AGC at all, and you always had to turn back on that gain control to get signals to sound good. And there were several service bulletins out about changing some capacitors in that. Lynn, I don't know if you remember that or not, but anyway, that's all we got, KA560.
That's Bob out there at San Israel, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to make sure before I stick my mouth on. Two things are kicking in there, and yeah, you're right. That's 365 waiting up to the boat anchor. Anything else to the net, Bob?
No, Lynn, can you hear me?
Can you hear about that San Israel?
I did a while ago. I'm not hearing him right now.
He's not hearing me right now, Bob.
Okay, well, I'll see him later. That's it, Rusty. KA560.
Okay, Bob. Thanks for checking out. All right, who else for the boat anchor? Come on. Somewhere else. We did go to your case now where the boat anchor comes in. Who else check in? Come now. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
You might tell him what Bob was saying that the KWM program service bulletins about the AGC.
Yeah, that's what Bob was talking about there on the AGC. Okay, well, Lynn, if you're copying me, I guess it's your turn because Jay turned it back to you and you picked it up to me. So, you want to try around, Lynn?
Yeah, you want me to talk? You want me to give it a try, Rusty?
Yeah, go ahead, Lynn, give it a try. I ran out of takers.
All right. This is K5LYN returning. This is real weird. You know, I heard K5CHG Bob great when he first started talking. Then I lost it all together. Well, we'll put out a call and see if anybody hears me. This is K5LYN, Lynn in the East Kent Marauder. Who would like to check into the next tonight? I'm listening.
Alpha Delta Charlie. Good evening, Lynn, everybody in the net. This is Rick, Whiskey Delta 5, Alpha Delta Charlie, located in Harlingen, Texas. And tonight I'm on the TR4C 30L 1 amp. And it's, man alive, that thing's hit some serious power. Driving the socks off that amp into a inverted V of about 30 feet.
Well, you are the strongest signal that I have heard. The band is like that, though. There's a few open channels between one QTH and the other, and outside of that, nothing works. But no, the station sounded great. I don't know if I've talked about the station very often. I certainly love your Gonset, but no, whatever works tonight, Rick, over.
Well, the Gonset is still warming up. It's nowhere near ready yet.
Well, yeah, some of these things take a little time. I worked on this East Kent noon. And it's pretty good. It might be moving a little bit, but that's how it goes. Any good projects in the works, Rick?
No, none at all other than antenna work, and I did that today. You know, and you retire. Actually, I'm doing more now that I retired than I was when I was working.
Well, but yeah, we're doing things we want to do, and that's the difference.
Yeah, mostly. I'll say that. My wife has other ideas.
Well, that's always part of it. But no, I tell people the day I was born, that's the day I retired.
Okay.
Anyway, good to hear you. Anything else for the net tonight?
No, there was somebody asking about Collins' KWM2 ALC problems, and I went round and round with that, and it was some capacitors.
Well, I think a lot of it, when it comes to ALC and Collins, just forget about it. I mean, it's so much trouble to get it. I mean, that's a delicate little amount of negative voltage, you know, and it doesn't take much to throw it off.
Okay, I said ALC, but I think he was saying AGC.
Okay, yeah, that could be. Well, what I heard was volume control, actually, and that may I think it was just the potentiometers got rusty.
That could be, but I had the same problem when I had to mess with the RF gain and the audio just to get it to sound decent, where you could really understand it, and it turned out to be some capacitors.
Oh, yeah.
I resemble that remark.
That is ALC, yeah, you're right. Paper capacitors have that's the kind of stuff that will... somebody else had a comment in there that I may or may not hear. Did somebody else have a comment? Is anybody talking, Rick?
No, I don't hear anybody, Lynn. I'll go ahead and say 7-3, everybody. WD586.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of tricky on a night like this to know when folks are talking and when they're not. All right, who else wants to talk boat anchors tonight? K-I-L-Y-N calling in.
Sweet apple pie.
Sweet apple pie. Sam, thank you.
Yeah, hey Len, how you doing? And everybody on the boat anchor tonight. We're not running any tube boat anchors tonight, but we are running one I think is probably qualifying. We have the Japan Radio JFT 245 on tonight. Lynn, we're cheating with a solid state, hopefully a rare boat anchor solid state radio. But hey, we've been really ill around here. I tell you what, since the beginning of the year, I've had that crud, and oh man, I tell you what, last week I've been to the ER. I had rescue out here. I really thought I was dying. No, I'm serious. I was writing out instructions to the guys what keys fit into what and how to take the beams down. I left it in the printer. I thought I was a goner, man. I tell you what. But you know what? I fixed myself. Ham radio guys know how to fix things, so I fixed myself, Lynn. And I encourage everybody else to do this. It really brought me back. Geritol. Remember Geritol? Well, get you some, because that stuff is miracle drug, man. You just don't realize how anemic your blood can get with the diets that we have today. So, yeah, I'm telling you, it was a rough go, Lynn. But we're on the air. We built a 60-meter dipole to get on 60 meters with here this afternoon. So that was a lot of fun. But I hope you're doing well and hope everybody's doing fine. Lynn, back to you, N0SAP.
Hey, Sam, you're trying to talk about tired blood in about 40 years, over.
Hey, you know what? I want to tell you something. I went to the ER. They ran a whole battery of tests. They were drawing blood, and they were running all these blood tests and CT scans and EKGs and X-rays, and they said, we can't find anything wrong with you. I said, so how come I'm so sick? I said, I'm the healthiest sick person you've ever seen. But I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know, what are the doctors missing? And I went and looked all those acronyms up on the test on the computer, and I didn't find anything to show that they were testing for iron-poor blood. Just common. I would have thought was a common test they should be doing, but no, they were more targeting my heart and making sure my heart was okay. So when I sent one of the boys out to get, it said, go see if they still make Geritol, and if not, get something equivalent. But I took 2 doses when he came back, and with 90 minutes after that, I started getting my voice back, and I stopped getting that passed-out feeling. So we've been on it for about the past 5 days now, taking a dose in the morning and a dose in the afternoon. I recommend it to everybody. Betty White did commercials in 1954 of Geritol. I don't know if she's taken it all this time, but she's, 95, 96 years old, still going strong, Lynn. So I encourage everybody to go get some. N0SAP.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know, Sam. And your signal has held up well. How am I doing up there?
Oh, you're doing great. You're about 10 over here. I'm on the vertical, on the 18 HP vertical. and like I said, we're running the JST 245, the Japan radio. And yeah, I'll tell you what, you start thinking about the food that we eat today. If it's not genetically modified, it's stuff that's made to grow quicker, and pesticides, and just not healthy stuff. And and the kids are running around drinking these energy drinks, 3, 4, 5 of those a day, which is really bad for you. And all they really need, Lynn, is just some dose of Geritol every day. That'll take care of it, Lynn.
Well, I wonder if we can put some Geritol on that carrier that I hear on the frequency right now. That'll take care of that. You hear that Tetradyne in here right now, Sam?
Oh yeah. That just needs a dose of X-Lax, Lynn.
I guess that's what it is. All right. Well, whatever the case, you got a great signal into Austin, Sap, and it's a pleasure to hear somebody on a night where I'm not hearing very many people because of the conditions. All right, good to hear you. Anything else for the net, Sap?
No, Lynn, so good to hear from you, and listening to the net here tonight, and listen to all the good stuff. I'll get the boat anchor on here next week, and we'll have us some good fun here. K5LYN and the boat anchors, N0SAP 73. Ciao, ciao.
Hey, right quick before you get away, did that terrible cold affect you that came through here this past week?
Oh, well, we did, and I'll tell you what happened real quick. The drip line for the Mosley beam, it twisted. The winds were so strong, it twisted it into a pretzel, and it shoved it into the rungs of the tower. And unbeknownst to me, I'm sitting here trying to turn the beam, and it won't turn. And it was, it'd go a few degrees either direction. I ended up stripping all the gears out that tail twister, Lynn.
Oh, darn it. Well, good luck with that. I think these road engineers are sad. Okay, Sam. Well, great to hear you. Glad you came in, and I guess I'll move on and see if there's anybody else that I can even hear half as well as you. So good to hear from you. We'll talk to you again soon. Who else put the boat anchors tonight? K5LYN, listening.
Edward David, that's right.
ED, Byron, talk to us.
Hey, Lynn. K5LYN, and the next Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David, that's right. Byron in Bluffdale, Texas. Boy, you were really weak through the so I couldn't. It's hard to hear you, Lynn, but you come up a little. The man is changing. You come up a little. I'm barefoot tonight. Oakwood H20S. Kenwood H20S. I think it's a mountain last October that I worked on. So just kind of fired up again.
Well, I guess the band is all gone poodler again.
They're talking.
Looking forward to some cold weather blowing in here tonight, and cooling things off. We got a good little taste of summer here past 2 or 3 days. So they'll put away those long johns a bit too early. So I'll see you, and I hope you're able to pull me out of the mud tonight. Man, it's good to hear you. So everybody on K5LYN.
Yeah, hey, Byron, you got a minute? You can stick around. I might need you to throw it to the next control. You got a couple of minutes to hang out?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me take a couple more seconds, and I'll give it to Jay, and Jay and I may not hear each other. All right, who else for the net? K5LYN calling and listening.
W0HRO.
Hey, Lynn.
There's somebody trying to come in to me. Somebody said, hey, man, who was hey?
Yeah, it's me. It's Jay. Now, first thing, the service bulletin number 8 for the KWM 2 and 2A. That's the one that outlines the fix for the HGC problem in the college. It's service bulletin number 8, and it's listed on the College Collectors Association website.
Okay. I hope the people that needed that are still listening. I'm not going to try to repeat it, Jay. Hey, it's good that you and I can hear each other. You want to take it and see what you can do?
Well, I can give it a shot. It's kind of up and down, but we'll try it one more time since we got a little time left. It's only 7:30.
Yeah, I was hearing several people, so go ahead. You can talk on the more time.
Yeah, well, maybe so. And Byron, you sound good this evening, too. All right, folks. Anyone else that we missed for the Boat Anchors Unlimited this evening, if you can hear me well, come on down.
I was trying to check in a minute ago.
Oh, there you are. Go ahead, Sammy.
Well, I don't hear that there was a zero station, W0HRO. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's here.
Yeah, go ahead there if you want to check in the Boat Anchor and have somebody up here you.
Okay. Wasn't quite sure whether you guys have got me. At any rate, 5LYN in the Boat Anchor Net, W0HRO. Very good evening to you. Hope this thing sounds okay. This is a Collins KWM-2A that's been sitting on us for a while. I'm not certain whether the alignment is holding in it. But at any rate, copy you guys the noise level. The name here is Kent, Kilo Echo November, located in Fenton, Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. And just checking in for the numbers here. And I'll say hello to Dave there, N0SAP, if he's still listening. So, back to you, K5LYN, this is W0HRO, Ken in St. Louis.
Hey, Ken.
Somebody's trying to call you, Ken. Whoever's calling Ken, go ahead.
Yeah, let me talk to Ken real quick. Lynn, W0HRO, N0SAP. You copy me, Ken?
Oh yeah, you're real strong, Dave. Very good evening to you. You're sounding pretty good. I wonder how the old neck bone is holding up now. And does this rig sound okay? Am I on frequency and everything? Over.
Oh man, for KWM-2A, you're dead on the money. Close enough for government work, and that's where that radio came from. So no, it sounds great, Ken. I put up a 60-meter dipole today, so I'm going to go out tomorrow in the big building and go get the 60-meter crystal to put in my KWM-2A, and I'll put a boat anchor on a 60-meter band. Ken, go ahead.
Okay, sounds great. I got a couple extra rocks in this one, too, and I ought to do some exploring. I'm going to start using this rig a little more. It's been sitting here idle. And I've got it paired up with a 30L1 here. So just kind of shaking the bugs out of it. How's your neck bone doing? Is it holding up pretty good now? Over.
Oh man, no, that's just everyday stuff, Ken. But I can't wait to see you some of these Hamfests again, man. It's been a while, so we'll have to get together, Ken. I'll go ahead and say my 73 to you, and you can give it back to Lynn, Ken. So N0SAP, back to you. Good to hear from you.
Okay, sorry if we took up the net there, so let me turn it back to the net. Thanks for picking me up. Just checking in for the numbers there. K5LYN, W0HRO.
Hey, Ken, we're glad you came by. We're just trying to make the best of it with a band that's not very reliable tonight. Yeah, this is K5LYN in Austin on the Heathkit Marauders. And I just looked at your website, and I'd encourage all the rest of the folks on the net to look up W0HRO on QRZ.com. Great pictures of some fabulous radios, Ken. Thank you for coming by. We're here. We're every Wednesday evening. Come by once again, Ken. Over.
Okay, will do, Len. I've checked in with you guys before, but just been kind of busy doing this. And I tried checking in on the first Wednesday of the month Collins AM net up on 3880 here just a little while ago, but conditions
conditions are just way too noisy for AM operations. But this AWM2A, it cuts right through it there. So
frequency is in use.
And very good on your Heathkit Marauder there. That's a neat old rig for sure. Back to you, MW0HRO, Kenneth, St. Louis.
All right, again, great to hear from you. Nice signal into Austin, Texas. Hey, Jay, I kind of took it away from you. I'll give it back. KM5US, K5LYN.
It's okay, Lynn. I wasn't having much trouble anyway, and I'm starting to pick up AMers from Tucson or somewhere. But one more time, is there anybody we've missed want to get the last word in on the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come on down.
Recheck.
Recheck, go ahead.
K5QMS, K5WF. I just wanted to pop in and enjoy the day tonight. And I wanted to personally say hello to you there, Jay, and just wanted to make the trip.
Okay, Dale. Well, you're still sounding good. You always seem to get down here pretty good, so that works. Thank you, sir. Well, I guess we'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Lynn, I think I'm about done.
Okay, let's see if Rusty wants to put out a last one. I'm just about to wind it down. Hey, Rusty, you want to make a last call? Well, Rusty may not be hearing me. All right, folks, great. K5LYN, the Boat Actors,
10 to 15.
Lynn, you're booming it now, N5BTM.
Oh, hey, Ralph. Well, good to hear you. You're on the list. We're sorry to wait until the very end to pick you up.
No. Jay picked me up earlier when the band was in different propagation, but you're booming in now.
Yeah, you got a good signal. Well, we stopped the work came up on the other side, so that's good. You on the heat too?
Yes, Hot Water 12A and the GS35B.
That's as good as it gets, Ralph. Okay, well, let's wind it down. I'm glad you came by. See you later.
See you later.
Hey, Lynn, can you give me a late check-in? It's W5HTA in Pearland.
Yeah, we're just kind of stumbling through crazy propagation. So, anybody that comes by, hey, it's an open frequency.
Yeah, W5HTA in Pearland. I'm not on a boat anchor or nothing. I just TS2000 on my boat anchors or AM gear, full rangers and stuff.
I've got a radio. You're paying 1 minute to it. 3890 or where you operate?
Yes, 3890 sometimes. Yes.
Okay, we'll look for you.
The receiver came to me in the transmitter. New answers from yours.
Tucson sucks. Well, I tried to tell him that the frequency was in use, but he didn't care. I know he's hearing us too.
Yeah, when he's not keyed down, he is. Yeah, Ralph, go ahead.
I hear you much better now than I did a while ago.
Well, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing twice as much as I was a while ago. Man, that's pretty. That college must sound pretty good. If you couldn't tell, I got back on the 990. Either that or the 990 sounds like crap.
Well, no. That AM
well,
was,
it sounds good over here.
Well, I just didn't want to get. You can strain your arm pretty good when you're patting yourself on the back.
In the Tucson station, you were just jacking.